Veterans re-entering civilian life face many challenges, including finding a job. Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Welcome to this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. Today, we have 4 inspirational stories of former servicemen and women who have reinvented themselves and are thriving at companies who value their unique skills. When adapting to civilian life, many veterans struggle to find a new work environment that complements their unique military qualifications. Tri-West Healthcare Alliance is on a mission to do just that. Take a look at this.
So Tri-West we're a federal contractor that works with the military and veterans communities. We provide access to health care in the local community, but right now we provide it to veterans when VA is unable to provide it directly. So Tri-West is focused on one thing, and that's making sure that the military and veterans communities have ready access to quality health care in the community.
So if you are looking for an environment to start a new career or a second career, I encourage you to check out what's available here at Tri-West. The environment is veterans for veterans, helping veterans.
I come from a military history of my family members. Both grandfathers fought in different kinds of capacities, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. So kind of, it's part of the family tradition following with that. Nobody in the family was a Marine yet, so I was one of the first ones, so definitely proud to be part of that.
I joined the military right out of high school. I was 17 years old. My mom actually signed my papers to join the military. I spent 21 years as an intelligence analyst in the military.
So my experience, the first initial exposure to, I would say, boot camp was definitely a wake-up call. I did do ROTC, of course, when I was in high school, but it's night and day. I mean, it's completely different. So boot camp, of course, was just right up my alley.
So when I got to join the Air Force, of course, I was a little scared, but I was very excited. It was a new adventure. I was leaving home and just beginning adulthood. One of my most proud moments as a first sergeant, I had an airman who was suicidal. He was taken to treatment. He was released from treatment, and my job was to take him to his first appointment. He comes out of the appointment with the psychiatrist. She calls me into her office and she says, "Your airman has 2 AK-47s and a 9mm in his home, and he won't turn them over to me. I need you to get those weapons." And I said, "Ma'am, I'll try." On the drive home, I talked to him. I gave him a rational explanation on why he needed to give me those weapons. And I negotiated 2 AK-47s and a 9mm from this airman who had just freshly got out of treatment and wasn't gonna be a danger to himself.
So to me, coming on to Tri-West and then working amongst other veterans, for me, that transitional piece was, I think, crucial because it did feel very reminiscent to when I was still active duty.
Tri-West gets the value a veteran brings. We serve veterans every day. And, there's nobody better to serve veterans than other veterans or family members of military members.
My direct supervisor is a prior Army Ranger. They all understand me and understand things that I don't have to explain, and there's a certain comfort in that.
We have a corporate contribution program that gets very actively involved with a lot of the nonprofit organizations that support military families, veterans, service members. From where I sit, I see us continuing that focus of serving this population and making sure we're doing all we can to support those who've done all they can for the country.
If you're a veteran and if you've never heard of Tri-West before and you are interested in looking up what we're about, I would say that you definitely have a place here, especially with our CEO's mission to serve our veterans. You're welcomed here, and we really want you here because who better to serve veterans than other veterans, right? We take care of our own.
What do an alarm clock, hot shower, and a cup of coffee have in common, besides helping to start your morning? They are all made possible by energy. Energy has to originate from somewhere, even on a rig in a remote part of Wyoming.
Brandon Healey, a mechanical engineer who is a drilling superintendent at Ensign Energy Services, a global provider of oil field services, specializing in land drilling, well servicing, and directional drilling. Brandon served 6 years in the U.S. Army before pursuing a career in the oil industry. His wife of 22 years helped him to make the transition to civilian life.
Through programs like the EDGE system we have here at Ensign and working with Caterpillar to develop a battery energy storage system, we've been able to remove personnel from harm's way through automation with electronics and hydraulics. Ensign Rig 147, south of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, is currently able to run on the battery energy storage system and 3 natural gas generators. Those generators are getting the natural gas from wells that we have drilled previously, therefore creating a self-sustained environment. One common misconception about the oil and gas industry is that we're a bunch of folks that don't care about the environment. However, we are all stewards of the environment. We all come from small towns throughout the U.S.
The career pathway at Ensign Energy Services is organized into a hierarchy, which makes veterans who are used to a ranking structure feel right at home.
When a person starts with Ensign, they start off in a short service employee program, which lasts for the first 6 months of employment, where we conduct on-the-job training to make sure that they have the skills necessary to safely conduct the job before being released from the program, during which time they have an assigned mentor. After 10 years with the company, I worked myself into a position where I couldn't move any higher without a degree. Ensign was very accommodating through my college career, allowing me to work, continuing my career path forward. Life on a drilling rig can be very exciting. You work with a 5-man crew through a 14-day stretch, working 12-hour shifts. It can be a dangerous job, but very rewarding. The guys work through all elements from 40 below zero to 100 degrees. The beauty of it is the camaraderie starts there. Everybody's working together no matter what your rank. When you work on the rig, the man camp is provided free of charge, and you have the luxuries that you would have at home.
Here, employees are promoted from within. During his 20-year tenure, veteran David Wilkie has worked his way up to rig manager without a college degree.
I was a crew chief on a Patriot missile unit. I was stationed in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and Fort Bliss, Texas. While in the military, I learned technical and team building skills that transitioned into the oil field. I moved from floor end to motor end and went straight to driller to rig manager. As a rig manager, I coordinate, monitor drilling operations, coordinate maintenance on the rig, supervise drilling, implement safety and Ensign policies. Once you join the Ensign team, you'll never have to seek employment again. The pay, the benefits, the culture developed here is unmatched.
Established in 1987, it's now ranked as one of the top energy service companies in the world. In fact, Ensign offers job opportunities for veterans not only in the United States, but also in Canada, Latin America, Australia, and the Middle East.
Candidates can expect when they come and apply for a job at Ensign, they would fill out an online application form and/or upload their resume. And then they would answer a couple of questions in terms of their interest in with hard work, working in remote locations, perhaps some intense weather, and then fill out a mechanical aptitude test and a safety aptitude test. Once they pass through those, they would go through an interview process with human resources and then the operations hiring manager as well. We have a great group insurance program that would include, health and dental. We do offer a family assistance program when employees and or their dependents require some counseling. We also have a 401k program that has a company match.
For career opportunities, visit join.ensignenergy.com or go to militarymakeover.tv for more information.
Started over 70 years ago, Tulsa Welding School has a long history of training skilled welders. With locations in 3 states, Texas, Florida, and Oklahoma, we headed to TWS Tulsa campus to learn how their programs are helping veterans transition into the civilian workforce while training skilled professionals in a rapidly growing industry.
Tulsa Welding School is the largest welding school in the country, with over 30,000 skilled graduates since 1949. Veterans make up about 12% of the students at TWS. They welcome and encourage military members transitioning out of the armed forces to consider a career in welding as the demand for skilled welders continues to increase globally. Meet TWS Tulsa Campus President, Carlton Smith. Mr. Smith was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army and still serves in the Texas Army National Guard, where he holds the rank of Brigadier General.
I've been in the Army between the National Guard and the regular Army 28 years. What I've learned about leadership and commitment and selfless service, that all came from the Army. In 2019, an executive recruiter from Tulsa Welding School contacted me and wanted to know if I was interested. So just because of the similarities between the field of welding and the hands-on things that we do in the military, I thought it'd be a perfect fit for me. Tulsa Welding School has always had a focus on recruiting veterans. We have a representative who travels to different military bases to engage with soldiers who are leaving the Army. We have at least 10% across all of our campuses of veterans that attend our school. We always welcome that kind of commitment to our schools and our program. I feel very strongly that Tulsa Welding School is a great place to transition from the military. We offer a top-notch education.
Chris Schuler has been with Tulsa Welding School since 2013 and currently teaches and manages instructor teams across all 3 TWS campuses.
I manage the faculty here on campus. I manage the cutting room. I deal with all student issues, scheduling, just making sure the place is operational and that the students are getting the experience that they paid to receive. The training programs here at Tulsa prepare students for entry-level jobs in the industry. The welding program focuses on MIG, stick, and TIG welding processes. Students can also enroll in the pipe fitting class, and it gets them set up with basic pipe fitting skills so that they can add to their qualifications that they developed in the welding program. And then if they would like to further their education, they can go into our Associates of Occupational Studies and Welding Technology, and that gets the students prepared for a career in the inspection field, and they would also leave the program with an associate's degree upon completion. What sets our program apart from others is the whole experience. Our Career Services Department scans the country for employers that are needing help so that we can put our students in front of those employers. We want everyone to be successful.
Joshua Snodgrass graduated from the TWS Professional Welder program in 2017 and currently teaches welding to prison inmates through a program at Barton Community College in Kansas, as well as regular students in evening classes.
I'd already had welding experience prior to the military. So when I got out, I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to get back into and where I wanted to go. When I first got out, I went to go work at a state hospital. My brother-in-law and I were working there together, and he was like, hey man, we made really good money when we welded. Would you want to get back into welding? And I was like, well, yeah, I haven't welded in like, 4 years at that point. And I said, what would we do to get our foot back in the door? And he was like, well, we could go to Tulsa Welding School. So I came over here and started taking the program. The instructors here were able to teach me things that I didn't know beforehand that helped me be successful in the welding industry. With the classes that I teach, I try to hold myself to the same standard of education that I gained. I mean, I don't think there's any better instructors in the world.
Summit Truck Bodies is a one-stop custom service and lube truck body manufacturer that is fully integrated from the chassis and body sale, financing, graphics, and manufacturing. Let's learn how this family-owned powerhouse is creating new and exciting career opportunities for U.S. veterans nationwide.
Summit prides itself in using state-of-the-art design and manufacturing processes so that each one of their truck bodies is built to each customer's exact specifications, ensuring complete satisfaction with usability and longevity. The Summit Truck Body's skilled team of craftsmen play a huge role in ensuring customer satisfaction in the company's success. They weld, paint, assemble, and test every Summit body, ensuring quality work is done at all times. Meet U.S. Marine veteran Chris Walter. Chris has been at Summit Truck Bodies for over 14 years and was recently promoted to plant manager this past June.
So I was in the United States Marine Corps for 6 years. Left for boot camp 2 weeks after I graduated high school and loved my 6 years I spent there. I was a helicopter mechanic on the Heaweys and Cobras. I did the hydraulics and metal smithing. Separated out and came back to my home city of Wathena, Kansas, where I was born and raised, and got a job here at Summit Truck Bodies a few years later. So as a plant manager here at Summit Truck Bodies, I oversee the daily production and scheduling along with any personnel issues that may pop up once in a while. Sales calls, vendor calls, issues like that. Here at Summit Truck Bodies in Transwest, we go out and we seek veterans. We're going out to any military job fairs that we can get our hands on, all social media as well. What we're looking for here at Summit Truck Bodies is those hardworking folks that come here every day, know that there's a job to do, put their head down, get the job done, and go home and spend their time with their family as they should. These folks are here every day, putting in their time, putting in the work, putting in the effort. We're all here to support our families and support this great country.
Lisa Spiker is an HR business partner at Summit Truck Bodies and plays a vital role in both recruiting and supporting all of the company's passionate and skilled employees.
Here at Summit Truck Bodies, we are a smaller company, so it is a very family-friendly environment. As an HR person, I am out on the floor talking with our production people on a daily basis. So it makes it very easy to come to work every day because you do have a lot of people that you enjoy spending your time with. We offer a full line of benefits for our employees: medical, dental, vision plans, life insurance, disability plans. We want to make sure we are taking the best care that we can for our people.
Dustin Hansen has an extensive history in public service, spending over 23 years in the Kansas Army National Guard, 15 years as a deputy sheriff, and 4 years working in the Department of Defense.
My big takeaway is the sacrifice. You know, I saw in those 23 years, not just in National Guard units, but the active Army components that I've worked with overseas in Afghanistan and Iraq, is the sacrifice that servicemen and women sacrifice not just for their community, but their nation, their state.
After retiring from the Army, Dustin began working at Summit Truck Bodies in 2012 and currently works as the service manager.
So much of what I did in the military was service focused. It's very similar here. In the service department, I can narrow in on a customer has an issue or a customer has a problem. And I can throw all the resources Summit Truck Bodies has and be supported by management that taking care of the customers, getting a wrong situation righted or corrected is our main focus and goal. They care about their employees, they care about the community, they care about the veterans and other citizens in this community. And so they keep those things in consideration when you're trying to run a business.
To find out more about job opportunities at Summit Truck Bodies and their parent company, Transwest, visit transwestjobs.com.
Great to see that after sacrificing so much through military service, today's veterans were able to shine at these outstanding companies. I'm Montel Williams. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Military Makeover Operation Career. We'll see you next time.